Hello, folks. How are you? This is day 2 of 20 minutes painting with me. And get me shared out a couple places here. Why not? There we go. Get it all shared out to where I can see the comments. Hey, Cindy, how are you? Say hi when you hop on. Let me know you're here. So my name's Amanda with Simply Flamazing Art. And today we are day 2 of our 20-minute paint with me. So why 20 minutes? Well, number 1, it's a short time frame, but number 2 is the rule of 100. So if you've never heard of the rule of 100, a rule of 100 goes like this. If you do something for 18 minutes a day, you will be 95% better than others in your same field. And so I kind of reworded a little bit to say that we'll be 95% better if we paint for 18 minutes a day. In a year is in 100 hours. So that's the 100 is the 100 hours. So in a year, basically, you will be 95% better painter than you were the day you started. So this is day 2. And oh, you're at the doctor's office. Well, hopefully you will get good news, Cindy, at the doctor's office. Hey, Dee. So that is why we paint for 20 minutes. I have my handy little timer here. I'm going to turn it and we're going to get started. Yesterday, I'm going to go ahead and just swap screens. Yesterday we started, and this is my inspiration. And so over the weekend, I worked in this journal, and this is all my scraps from the journal that I'm working in. But we did some different things for an ATC event that I was in for the ATC mystery box. And because we are refreshing and we are going to venture out into a little more paper crafting, not just ATCs, though we're not abandoning ATCs. So ATCs are artist trading cards. And I want to put some of my art in this journal. And so I thought, well, we would to start off this whole series, I guess you could call it, with painting on some paper. And so I'm going to set this aside and I'm going to pull out our paints, which I'm surprised I didn't already have out, but I just sat down, guys. I work full time. So I'm trying my best for this to be our time every day. And it probably will be the majority. There will be times when I have to, like do a different time, just because it is, I work full time. So, so that happens. But anyway, I will do my best to let this be my time if at all possible. Okay. Just pulling out a few colors here. We're going to be putting in our girl today on our painting. And so I'm just pulling out a few colors. We'll see what I end up using. I don't know yet what I use. I am using the creamy acrylics from Pentart. You can use any color that you want. Actually, I need to swap these because I am right-handed. Paper does curl, guys. So when you paint on paper, this is just paper. It's not watercolor paper or anything like that, or mixed media paper. So this paper curls. I'm going to glue it into my book, and it's actually going to get cut down some, so it's not bothering me. You can actually tape it if you want to keep it straight. You can tape it down, and that will help in that also. Hey, Dee, how are you? All right, so we're going to go ahead and I'll try to get all my supplies out before I flip, because we really want to paint for 20 minutes. And so that's the whole purpose. To get better is the rule of 100. Do something for 18 minutes every day. And after that 100 hours, you will be 95% better than anyone in your field. So I'm just saying we'll be 95% better than where we started. And so that is how I feel about it, because I'm not up for competing against anybody else. I just want to be better for me, right? All right, so I am going to grab a little bit of blue. We're going to fix this little part of the ocean there. I'm not very happy with that. So we're just going to start there. And, you know, if you have a little section on yours that you're like, I just want to retouch that a little bit. Now's your chance to retouch that background before we go into getting our girl on there. So how is everybody's Tuesday? Hopefully everybody's having a wonderful Tuesday. Let's see, where's my paintbrush that I started with yesterday? Who knows? Who actually knows? It's disappeared. Oh, maybe no. No, that's the bigger one. I thought I put it in one of these little. That would have been too much like the right thing to have done, right? Because, you know, oh, I did. Here it is. Here it is. It's just hiding in plain sight like a snake or something. Just, you know, hiding in plain sight. So when you're here, just let me know you're here. Say hi to me. And I'm going to keep it a little dark, but I am going to come into that light just a little bit. I'm just picking up all these colors on my brush, just letting all the colors get out there on my brush. And we're just going to fix this little swipe. I don't know. It was just bothering me. It was like too paintbrushy looking. So we just take care of that right now. And we can fix anything else in our water that we want to. I'm going to add just a little more white in there. This on paper, it dries super fast, so I don't have to worry about it drying before I move on to the next step, because paint on paper dries usually really quickly. And so one thing about our paper being dry that we're putting this on, we're gonna get some bright whites. It'll dry back a little bit, but you know, we're gonna cover up 95% of this anyway, so it's not gonna matter. But there will be sections that we don't cover up. And for those sections, I want it to look the way I want. I don't worry about what's going to get covered up. I just paint to what I like. And then we'll figure out what gets covered up, right? Okay. I kind of like that. Give a little more motion. I like smooth water, but I also like a little sound to it. You know what I'm saying? I like to hear the little flap up on the beach. How are you doing today, Dee? Okay. So now we're going to start to get our little girl in. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to grab a pencil. And I'm just going to make some lines. Just kind of like what I want. I don't know. I don't know exactly, but we'll see. It's going to be something along the lines of this because I really kind of like it. So we're just going to have our little girl sitting here. She's just going to be sitting on the beach. I'm actually doing a painting like similar to this for a paint party next month. It's called Girls Trip. It has 3 little girls. It has 3 women, I guess I should say, sitting on the beach. And so we're just gonna trace something in here that looks kind of like Our Lady here. I'm going to put a different kind of bathing suit on her. I'm not crazy about this one. But let's see, our neck would be somewhere in here. Come straight up the back. Decide where that neck is going to be. Come out with some shoulders. Straight up the back. Give her a little width. She's kind of got her legs tucked, you know, like Indian style. And she's just sitting there. And we will put a little hat on her, I think. Of some sort. Then we'll figure out. I don't want that same hat, though. I'm going to put a different hat on my girl. Okay. All right. Oh, thank you, Kelly. I'm glad. So for 20 minutes. Oh, I didn't do this. All right, guys. So I probably should have done that, but I didn't. So we're going to have a little extra time together today because I've been on here for a few minutes and already been started, and I forgot to set my timer. If I end before the timer's up, just know we're 20 minutes in. Because I was probably 5 minutes doing that. So, but I don't have a 15. I don't think I have a 15 on here. I got a 10 and a 20. So I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll do 10 and then I'll do 5 for 15. And then we'll be good. Because I do have to get back to work, guys. All right. So we're, 20 minutes a day. Now, tomorrow, I already know I can't be live at lunchtime. I can't be live at 12. I will hopefully, I don't know exactly what time. I have to be in town for an appointment at 11. And it's not going to be over, I don't think, in order for me to get home and be live. So at 12. Maybe 12:30. I will post as soon as I know what time tomorrow. Or 1 o'clock maybe 1 o'clock. I'm going to mix for some skin tone. So I've got red, I got yellow, and I have a little white. We're going to go for like a peachy color first. And then I'm going to add more white to it until I get the skin tone that I want. Now, regardless of what skin tone you want to make, regardless of the skin tone, be it Caucasian, be it like a Latin, be it an African American, like whatever skin tone you want to make, start with this and then go darker or go lighter. If you're like, making like a really fair skin person, start with your just basic peachy undertones, because that'll get you in the warm family. Because regardless of the color of the skin, it's, oh, what is that? Oh, we're gonna kill that. That looks like something that could sting me. I don't know what kind of fly what kind of, that looks like a that, I don't know what that is. I mean, it looks like some sort of ant, but I don't know. That had to go. I don't know if y'all saw that or not, but it looked like some sort of a flying ant, or I don't think it was actually, I think it was like a flying ant. I don't know. I don't know what it is. But whatever it is, it had to go. All right, we're going to start with a little bit of I'm very fair skin tone. And so just going to make a leg here. Might have gotten a little too light. It's okay. We're going to add a little brown into this anyway because we need some shadow colors. And we might even have to do like a little bit of a, we may have to do a little bit of we're kind of focusing on just the shape right now. And we may have to, I maybe should have done this white. I actually thought that's what I kind of in my brain when I was thinking about this one. I was like, paint it all white and then come back. Maybe that's what I need to do. I was thinking about like how I would tackle this because of the blues and all. And I think maybe that is the thing to do is let's paint the whole thing white. And then we can see structure wise what we need to change. Plus it will help with the next layer too. So if you need to cover up a layer, this is a great way to do it. White's very opaque and it will cover up. So, anybody got any fun plans for the day? Besides working, Kelly, did you get your new computer or your computer fixed? I meant to ask you, was it because of the computer problems? We've had issues at our work because of that. Not so much on the academic side, but they have had some issues on the medical side where basically every computer had to be touched. And it's been kind of a nightmare over there from this crowd strike issue that they had, that shut down all the airlines or a lot of the airlines. You can see our little body in there. I'm going to go ahead and just paint over top of these legs that I put in just because I'm going to have to paint over them anyway. We're just going to paint the whole thing white. That's a little bit of that leg coming back in, which you can see right there. Hey, Jenny, how are you? Thank you. We're working on it. We're going to paint everything white. And because it will dry so fast, then we can come in and paint everything the way we want it. There we go. There's our girl. She is in there. Just going to give another little layer of where it kind of dried back. That's not uncommon. And just kind of come in and give it a little more white. Just basically clearing all that white out of my brush. There we go. Well, I did originally. I thought about it beforehand, and then when I got down here, I got excited and started with the thing, and I was like, no, I should have gone on. At least not. At least I still get paid. Yes. Huh. That is frustrating that your computer is the only one that's being affected. But yes, they've had a mess with that. I bet they won't do that again. I bet that won't happen again. Like, I'm pretty sure somebody lost their job for that. That's a big no. You don't send stuff just straight to prod. Like, no. I know we have four systems that stuff gets like pushed through. Well, prod being the fourth system, but it starts out in dev, and then it goes to QA. It goes to what is called QA, and then it goes to what's called test. And now there's some things you can't test for. I mean, there's some things that you just, there's some scenarios that you just can't test for. And we have those too. And then it goes to, you test every scenario that you can possibly think of, and every scenario that is testable, and you have it written out. Yeah, well, it's sad, that somebody might lose their job, but you, like, this is not something that, like, you go shut down every airport in the country and across yeah, no, this is, I mean, when you're like, have that responsibility, you need to have better procedures and not bypass those procedures. I mean, unfortunately. I mean, it's affected hospitals. It's affected a lot. I mean, travel is one thing. You could argue, well, that's not life-threatening, and it's not. But when all of a sudden you're taking down computers at hospitals that the hospitals rely on for patient care, yeah, that's pretty bad. And so, like, now I'm just getting some skin tone colors in there. I'm not going to worry about the bathing suit right this minute or where that's going to go. I'm just basically getting in her back. And so we're just going to get in that back. We'll figure out the back of her bathing suit. Her back is, I mean, the back isn't going, it is scary. Yes, 911 systems. I mean, it was a lot affected by it. And, you know, You don't take that stuff for granted. And I felt like that's what this company was acting like it was some sort of a startup company, but it wasn't. I'm going to use a little of this hazelnut, and I've got to like get that off there. I don't know what that was, what kind of bug that was, but it was it looks like a cross between a fly, not a fly, but a ant and like a wasp of some sort. I don't know. I don't know. I'm going to use a little of this hazelnut just to give me a little bit of hey, Kimberly, how are you? Oh, thank you. Just to give me some shadow color here on her skin. We're just going to work that in where their shadows would be. And if you notice, I'm not using a fancy brush. I'm not using, I'm just, because you don't need all that. We're just painting and we're having fun. And we're going to paint every day for 20 minutes. Now, probably not on Saturdays or Sundays. Maybe some Saturdays, definitely not on Sundays. I mean, maybe a rare one, but not every Sunday because I have church and I have, that's my family time and I have other things too. So I'm going to go just like a minute longer, even though the thing's stuck on my thing. Even though, because I don't know, I actually kind of messed that up. While I have this brown and we're putting in this brown, I'm going to do this real quick and then we're going to call it, and we'll come back tomorrow and we'll finish up our skin tone. Just go put a little bit on this bottom side here. I just want to put in these like little, well, I've got it where there's, just going to be some darker places that are on her back where that bathing suit's going to be. Just real quick. I'm going to just go into this lighter color. Bring in a little bit of that lighter color. So hopefully everybody will have a good rest of your Tuesday. And if you're not following along with me, follow along with me. Facebook, YouTube, all the places. And pick up your paints and pick up your brush and join me for 20 minutes a day. And we will have some fun painting something. If you have something that you want to paint, I'm going to actually have a little URL where you can give me some suggestions of some things you would like to see us paint during this time. Also, if you are painting along with me, would love for you to post your pictures. You can post it in the comments and I see what you've got going on, because I would love to see yours. And Dee here, Dee Phillips, she shared her beach scene with me, so I can't wait to see what her lady looks like going on. We've got a little bit. And so I'm going to hop off here and we'll pick this up tomorrow and we'll finish our little, well, I don't know if we'll finish the whole thing, but we will definitely work on, oh, thank you, Teresa. Good to see you. And we will work on more of our little girl tomorrow. I don't know what time tomorrow. Like I said, it will not be at noon because I have an appointment at 11 in town. And I don't know how long that's going to take. As soon as I know, I will post. It may be like 1 o'clock. I might be home in order to do one by one. You're drawing her on. I'll post later. Yay, Dee. All right, I can't wait. Well, there's where we are today. And we'll get her swimsuit in there. And then her back will look a little bit more like a back. Right now it looks a little weird, but it won't once we put the bathing suit in there. Anyway, y'all have a great rest of your day, and I will talk to you later. Bye.